All right, obviously not our best performance of the day, but it's a win, and we'll celebrate any win. Doesn't matter if you get them by 30, if you get them by one in 5 OTs. I'd rather have one on the left than the right, and so we'll definitely take it. I think that there's some things that we did well. There's also some things that we did poorly, and we've got to make sure that through this stretch, as I told the team, fat pigs get slaughtered. And we've got to make sure that we don't start to think that we're something we're not. Like, we got to show up every day. And, as you keep winning and people start talking about you, you can't feed into that stuff because it's going to get people – we're going to get people's best shot. And Western Carolina, I thought they played really, really hard. And I thought they were physical. I thought they had a great game plan on both sides. And, we're fortunate to come out on the good side of it. But there's some things that we definitely have to continue to get better at. Phenomenal energy in the gym today. Big time effort by our students to come out. I don't think, besides Wofford, I can't remember having students out like that. And so I want to make sure that we thank those students. That means a lot to us. That's really, really important to us. And just thankful that we were able to find a way to give them a win for their efforts to come out here today, and the community. I thought the gym for a December 1 game, I think if we go back, a year ago today, we had about 800 people in the gym versus Tennessee Tech, and a lot of that was because football was playing in the playoffs. But it's nice to see that energy coming, and just appreciate everybody taking the time on the Saturday to come see us play.
You're going to have games where you play well, you don't play well, but you can always have guts. Kind of talk about your guts today.
We've had it all year, and it's. I told the guys in the locker room, I said, I love y'all to death, but you took a year, maybe 2 off my life tonight. But give them their credit. It's just like down 4, a minute to go, find a way, and get the key block. Matt gets that big time block. TC got on the floor right there. I just thought it wasn't pretty, but I thought that we had some moments of toughness that we were able to endure, and it didn't necessarily surprise me. Again, Jordan loves the moment. And as we've seen, he loves the moment. Down 3, comes off the double stagger and just bangs it, doesn't hit the rim, and then continues a good shooting night into the overtime periods. And, we did some things to space and free him up a little bit more that I should have gone to earlier in the game. But fortunately, he started dialing those up late. And but, we did out-rebound him by 8. I thought we gave up. We did a decent job on the offensive glass. I thought that we gave them too many second-chance opportunities. And especially at their small forward position, we gave up a lot of offensive rebounds that were long. But I tell you, here's one thing, as a fan, it's hard to see this, all right? But part of the reason that we were able to have success today was because Alex Hunter's on-ball defense, it's elite. His on-ball defense is elite. And when you see Matt Halverson go 1 for 15 from the floor, that's because of the pressure that he had on him and the on-ball defense that he had to endure all night. It just wears you out. And Matt Halverson's a phenomenal shooter. And for him to go 1 for 13 from 3, you got to give Alex Hunter a ton of credit that not necessarily he's going to have on the stat sheet. But I thought, 11 points, 10 assists, 2 turnovers, and on-ball D like that. I think in a lot of ways, Alex would be my MVP tonight.
Just comment on how tough it was when you guys got in foul trouble, Rathano and I guess Noah down the stretch to defend Carlos Dotson.
You know what? Foul trouble, no foul trouble. I don't think we guarded him worth a darn all night, to be honest with you. I think that is a coverage that takes multiple people. And if we're going to ask Matt to go guard Carlos Dotson, then that's not fair. If we're going to ask Matt to guard Krutwig and Loyola, that's not right, right? We've never done that. And we left him on an island too much tonight. We weren't as connected as we needed to be in our post D. And, they do have 4 shooters. And so that makes it a little harder because you're worried about who do you come off of. But we've just got to do better. The ball pressure on the post entry's got to be better. The fronts and the 3/4 have to be better. And then they did a good job exchanging on the backside. And when they exchanged the backside, our backside help just wasn't there. And we went over it, but we were just a half second late on a lot of things today. And a half second in the game like that is pretty big.
You didn't have a lot of points, but what were your thoughts on Clark's performance coming in for Noah down the stretch?
Trey's been Trey. You know, it's kind of being consistent now. He's going to go out there and play hard. He's going to defend. He's going to rebound. He's going to attack the glass on both ends. He came up with a big layup on the reverse. And, you know, I trust Trey out there right now. You know, I really do. And I have no problem with him out there. And that's what excites me about getting Andrew back here soon. You know, now, you know, Trey, what Trey does is Trey gives us another really, really good defender. He's probably our best on-ball defender with length, especially to kind of defend some shooters. Halftime, they had 8 threes. That was a huge issue. We actually were holding them to 39% from the floor in the first half, but they had 8 threes. And it was a huge part of the game plan to limit the threes, and we went through exactly how we wanted to do that, and we didn't follow the game plan. So at halftime, you know, we got Trey locked in on making sure that we guard shooters correctly. And we still, I mean, right out of half, they still got an easy kick 3 right there. But, you know, I think every single game that we've won, I think he's had a big role in, and really, really proud of what he's been able to do.
You had so many guys play so many minutes, and they haven't really done that. I mean, you've had a couple of overtime games, but not like this, in this kind of atmosphere, environment. Well, environment is not what I meant, but in terms of kind of a wild game. And they you know, and you alluded to earlier, Alexander's line, 2 turnovers in 45 minutes as well in a game like this. That's pretty remarkable.
Yeah, it's really good. And, you know, I thought our cutting was poor tonight, you know, and I thought that was the reason for the low assist numbers. I mean, you take away Alex's assists, we had 5 assists total for the night. And, you know, they did a good job staying spaced on shooters, but I felt like our cutting was really poor. And, you know, we were first half, we're throwing at the mat. We got 4 dudes standing there, and they're just sitting in the gaps, and they're just loading up. And then they got a huge post defender right there, and they're making Matt play 1-on-1, and we don't ever do that, you know. And so it's I feel like, you know, the ball movement wasn't quite as crisp as what it needed to be because of our cutting. So then we had to go, since we weren't cutting well, we had to go to more ball screen action. And fortunately, in our ball screen action, we started getting some rolls, and we started getting, you know, we started getting some things in our ball screen action that we kind of stayed with.
Endurance. Talk about a game like this. Guys can easily, not take a play off on purpose, but like, just be tired and not be mentally tough. Just talk about the not only the mental toughness, but the endurance it takes for a team in a game situation like that.
It's all mental. I mean, when you hear that, when you survive regulation and you get it to overtime, there's excitement, and then you go up 5 in overtime, and then they battle back, and it goes into the second overtime. That's all mental. You have to be at a reset. You got to be at a regroup. And fortunately, again, not the performance that we would love to see, you know, overall for a 50-minute ball game, but they did have that endurance, and you know, we came out on the good side. Thank you.